What is up, guys? Eggsy back again with the third range day video installment. So today I went to the range, or well, today is relative, so I'll be honest with you guys. I recorded this post Memorial Day, so actually last weekend, but however, due to work and I recently had to travel for a wedding, I didn't have the time to upload this. So as you can see today, and by the title of this video, I did forget my uh, targets at home. I was kind of rushing out the door. I had drove back Sunday, Memorial Day. I went home and I drove back to where I currently live. And Monday, just kind of recovering from travel, and I've unfortunately traveled the past 2 weekends. Um, Oh, I misspoke, by the way. Memorial Day's been 2 weekends ago. No. Yeah. Last weekend I was at work, so I worked all weekend, and the weekend prior, this was that Monday I went to the range. Um, but yeah, I was in a rush, just forgot my targets, kind of had my range bag packed, so I was planning on going before I left to go home for the weekend. But then decided against it, decided it'd be nice just to come home and grab it. However, like I wasn't really super focused and I left my targets at home. So what you can see here is I've already warmed up. I didn't record that portion. Um, but I am shooting a human silhouette. Here I'm doing long shots. I believe at the head. I'm doing groups of five. I think I do five on the left kidney and then five on the head. But um, when you forget targets, and especially the targets I like to train on, you can kind of see the holes I've been putting in it there. You can definitely buy targets at the range. Might be a little more expensive than buying them in bulk off of Amazon, which is what I do. But um, you can definitely get some good ones, especially uh, kind of interesting, fun ones like this target you can see, and kind of the solution that I propose to anybody who forgets their targets, especially at an indoor range, is kind of majority of what I'm talking about. Um, I would recommend getting a target that has a lot of different zones on it. I've seen targets with like robots and zombies, but they have like, different areas circled. So this silhouette was one of the best I could go with that have different areas circled. And I thought it would be a really good warm up target. I believe I bought two of them. Like I said, one of the downsides in recording this 2 weeks after the event, I kind of forgot, like some of the targets that I got. And in retrospect, yeah, it's always good to record pretty quickly. But yeah, I am definitely kind of on a side note thinking about switching to another range. Not that this one's any bad, just I really am looking for an outdoor range I can hit on the weekends where I can kind of work more USPSA style events. Because I definitely want to go to shooting competitions. Kind of what I have for me in the future. Definitely a busy couple of days. Or a couple of weeks out of me. This upcoming weekend, I am unfortunately traveling again, but hopefully I'll be able to squeeze out a video on either side of that travel. I don't really know what days I'm traveling, but I believe during the week I can maybe swing by the range, get some footage done, and then push a video out to you then. And unfortunately, what that means for competition, I have unfortunately missed the monthly USPSA competition, which would have been my second one. As discussed in the previous video, I went to my first one, had a blast, and really look to continue that trend in shooting. Definitely want to go to more competitions. However, might be a busy couple of weeks. I'm traveling next weekend, and then got friends each weekend after that. So 2 weekends after that, coming up to visit, I believe. Possibly that one in between, maybe not, but I know it'll be pretty busy. And if we do go to the range, probably not a lot of really great footage is going to come of that. Not that the footage I've been shooting here has been awesome. I acknowledge that. I'm shooting off of my iPhone and recording the audio on my laptop uh, because I don't even have a really good set of headphones that work because I trash mine doing physical activity and stuff. But yeah, like I said, just kind of, enjoying the range, shooting this target up to shreds. And I've been doing in this video so far a lot of like 5 round stuff. Moving out to a tactical range, I would really like to do multiple targets. Would be a really kind of something I'd like to practice, even like an El Presidente drill, kind of modified. So for those you don't know, El Presidente At a certain distance. I'm not really sure how far away. I'd have to Google it, but a quick Google search could probably get you there too, if you're curious. And it's 3 targets, I think about like a foot apart. The diameters are online, and basically you are standing with your back towards them, hands up by your head. Buzzer rings, you go. You put 2 targets or 2 bullets on each of the 3 targets. Then you get a slide lock reload from your gun. You hit a reload from wherever you keep your separate source of ammunition. And I would love to do a video on this. There are plenty. You can look it up. There are plenty, but I would love to do a video on this drill. Um, and then you engage them all again. So it requires 12 shots is the drill. And I feel like that's a good kind of solid drill to throw in rotation. I've shot at outdoor ranges before, these tactical style bay ranges, so I'm definitely not a stranger to the requirements of, or like not the requirements, but like how they work and what drills are good there. However, having moved and recently been a Sleepy Savannah resident, I unfortunately have been sticking to this range because the outdoor ranges here either like full capacity on membership. It's really the only one I know of, and it's currently quite a steep fee. But really joining or really enjoying the indoor range, and there's still a lot of good stuff you can do there. And then of course competition day move out, and in addition to that, a lot of dry firing, which has kind of been what I've been doing filler since I've uh, not been able to make it out to the range. Yeah, this was recorded like I said 2 weeks ago, so um, yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow, which will be Monday, was when the last time I've been to the shooting range. However, I've dry fired 3 to 4 times each week since then, and that, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that, especially because I of course traveled and was gone for the majority of last week. Um, on vacation, so or for a wedding, either one, but a little bit of both. You know what I mean? So here I'm doing a target switch out. I do run a drill in this video. Forget what it is. I believe it's low ready, 2 shots. So here I have a hostage target. Saw that. They don't really have the circle targets I used to practice on. So I saw the hostage target. I thought it'd be a really nice. I had issues in the shooting competition last week hitting hostage targets. Those are really tough, and there's a huge penalty for missing or hitting the hostage. So huge penalty. And in the hostage round, which was one of the harder rounds, they were hostage shots and they were long shots. I'm not confident on my red dot zero, so in the future I'll be doing that. Doing a video on the red dot zero, and then hopefully kind of get some access to tactical uh, days. But yeah, that's just some kind of preludes. Definitely gonna try. So right there, I did from a low ready 2 shots. That was a 1.57 seconds. Low ready 2 shots. You can see I wing him in the shoulder on one of these shots. You can kind of see it up there on the hostage. His right shoulder, but looking at him, our left. So his right, our left. Wing him there. So no misses. I run this drill a few times. So that's what I'm doing. Every time you see the timer, those are my times. Just trying to get hits on targets. I'm really aiming for the lungs. So if we want to kind of narrow the target a bit, like what the A zone would be on a USPSA target, or like the center zone would be the lungs, but a hit's a hit. Like that shoulder hit wouldn't be. I mean, I can't speak. I'm not a doctor, but I don't. I'm not sure that would be super fatal. The other hits are in the center of the target. You can see I just hit him in his right lung, looking at us, our left, for a second, 1.4 seconds, 2 shots. And I'm trying to do them quickly. There weren't any people at the range today. Yep, 2 more shots. You can see his both lungs just got hit twice there. So in a second, 0.5. And this is kind of like the main course of the uh, range day, which I consider workouts. I kind of alluded to earlier. I do like exercising. There's a warm up, 1.2, but the shots kind of get thrown a bit. Um, but it's kind of like a warm up. I'm gonna let you guys read the times and just kind of make your own judgments on my shooting. As I can kind of continue talking about this, I definitely right now am working my way up to like a round count I'm happy with. I'll for the most part try to at least hit 100 rounds. I'll spend probably 20 or 30 of those rounds in a warm up session. However, when I do eventually transition to an outdoor range, I definitely would love to exercise a cold start. So for those of you who don't know, cold start's kind of a philosophy of like the first thing you do on the range, especially it's like a good concept for concealed carry drills and stuff like that. It's a drill that tries to encompass everything that's required in shooting, and you do it cold. So the first time you touch your gun, and it's a good performance measure to measure your performance. Because unlike um, the range days I do, you don't get a warm up. Usually during competitive shooting, so USPSA, I didn't see people warming up there. I didn't warm up. I just went into my first stage and shot. And then, in obviously, in critical situations, when you do conceal carry, which I currently do not, um, you also aren't warm. You're cold. And usually, those drills should require a lot of different stuff, like drawing from a holster. So your concealed carry holster, it can like should consist of a draw, like a reload, multiple targets, so switching targets. It should be like all the fundamentals of shooting. Should kind of be what it is, and it just can be a scenario that you hit. It can be different every time, so multiple targets, usually good in a bay, maybe movement too, so maybe two targets standing next to each other. Um, and then like you draw from a holster, you put two shots on each. Slide lock reload, so you only put four in your mag. Slide lock reload, two shots on each. You run, hit a tactical reload while you're running to another position where there are two more targets, and then two on each of those as well. And then maybe a long shot after that would be a really good cold start. However, I do warm ups. I like to kind of warm up, kind of like in the gym, and then kind of get into like the main exercise I'm doing. So, like in the gym, I'm warming up and then I deadlift or something. But here it was just kind of warming up, just having fun shooting groups on that original target, and then I wanted to work this hostage target. And like I said, this is all improvising because I forgot the targets I was going to work at home, which was my classic warm up on 6 circles, so 30 rounds, five on each circle on those small targets you've seen in my previous videos, and then I was going to do a dot drill, just kind of trying to slowly improve my accuracy with the dot because those drills have made me very accurate, not necessarily quick, but accurate, which was a very big compliment I got at the last shooting competition I went to. I was one of the more accurate people, however, placed really low because I was extremely slow. And part of that was lack of use to like moving around with my weapon. And then the other kind of part to that was like I didn't want to get disqualified, as well as I wanted to take my time and hit the 8 zone, whereas like that might not be as important in that setting. But yeah, I would definitely like to kind of experiment with how many rounds I shoot at the range. Right now I'm at 100 because the boxes I buy come at 100. Maybe 150 might be my sweet spot. It just kind of all depends on what I want to work that day. And of course, eventually when I get access to a tactical range and kind of figure that piece out, the videos get a lot better. Kind of when it comes to YouTube and as you can see on that one, I was kind of missing the hostage. I was trying to do headshots and I was not doing well at a distance, which was the issue. And I'm kind of all over this place in this video, but um, the when it comes kind of the channel, what I want for the channel, I do have a camera now, like a pretty decent camera. However, I'll be honest, guys, I get a little like insecure in these indoor ranges, especially because like I was the only one in there. I felt like the range safety officers, for obvious reasons, were like kind of watching me, and I just like I'm like, oh, I'm that obnoxious like influencer or whatever, which I'm not. I hate that word, but that's probably what they're thinking. This obnoxious guy who comes in and sets up his phone with this little mini phone tripod and is like doing all this stuff. Like I don't know. Maybe I need to work on that. It's definitely a personal problem, like mine now that I say it out loud. But yeah. I think I bought two hostage targets in this one, and today I shot about 130 rounds on this YouTube video day. Kind of an aside, but yeah, I definitely want to upgrade the quality of content and kind of as I progress with the channel and shooting competitions. Right now, my main focus is investing what um, little money I have that I can put towards this channel. I'm investing it in ammunition, so you know every month when I ration out the money I have towards this, which isn't a lot, I'll usually put it in either like pieces for my Glock. I've been experimenting with a lot of pieces. Oh, and that's what I'm shooting today. I'm so sorry. I'm shooting the Glock all this whole time. Like recently, I've been trying to change my Glock to meet the standards of USPSA and like the duty pistol division, the carry optics. Um, and then obviously ammunition is the big priority. But eventually, there are these like cameras you can put on your hat or like GoPros that I'll do, and I'll wear them to shooting competitions so you guys can get a good idea of. And I'd love to record my stages, and that'd be a fun little thing once a month, just guaranteed video of me shooting my stages, how I did, you know, and how that went. Because that's what I want this channel to be, really to encourage people to focus on shooting. That's gonna be the core of this channel. Is just all about like getting out there and shooting the gun. I'm not really interested in doing gun reviews. I could see like a couple coming up on the horizon. Well, I say that like I say that after I say I don't have any money for guns. So yeah, like there are some guns I want, and I can see myself um, getting in the future. And when I do get them, definitely make a video on that. Um, but for the majority of it, it's going to be range day stuff. I really want to kind of do like weekly range day. It's good for me. It drives me out to the range. It really like kind of forces me to get out and go to the range. And then every time I go, I make a video. Unfortunately, I also did lose a video. Memorial Day, I was there with my buddies, and we went to an indoor range, and we were doing all these fun little like shooting competitions. Um, my buddy brought his pistol. My brother used the M17 because he liked that better than the Glock. And we would do these like shooting little competitions, and we recorded it. They don't know necessarily about the channel, but we recorded it for fun. However, we held the phone in our hands and just kept passing it off when it was our time to shoot, and we held it vertically, not horizontally. Um, which made for bad footage as well as us constantly passing it off. It would require a ton of editing, and it wouldn't fit YouTube. It's not horizontal like this. I kind of forgot to make that, tell them that that's what we needed. And as you can see, I was shooting the hostage a little bit there just to kind of get some drills out. And unfortunately, I did lose that footage. However, my same buddies are going to come visit me in about 3 weeks here, and if we do go to the range, I'll try to get some good shots of everybody. Maybe do a video like that, even though I don't know how great of a video that could end up being. Um, as you can see here, this is a pretty laid back session. I was kind of tired, just enjoying Memorial Day off, so I was just kind of like, you know what, maybe not the greatest for those who work out, like gym session or run of all time, but just going out there and, putting in the work, really trying to focus. I'm not going to say going through the motions, but really trying to like, do the best I can and keep the habit of shooting every weekend, the expensive habit, as I kind of alluded to. Um, but yeah, honestly, had a blast. Have a blast making these videos, trying to brainstorm better ways to increase the quality, kind of as we've been discussing. Um, Definitely right now, just trying to get like a good habit of recording and going to the range every week and just posting videos. And yeah, with time, hopefully these videos get better. Not really sure that there are a lot of people watching early on, but for the one couple handful of you guys that are doing that, like stick with it. I do plan on progressing and yeah, and shooting consistently. And yeah, big thing I'm trying to say here is basically uh, keep shooting a habit, which I really honestly enjoy. Um, Honestly, kind of like a great skill to have, especially I do work with a firearm, so that's really nice. Makes me more confident in my shooting abilities. As you can see on this drill, kind of still working, trying to be as accurate and quick as possible. I was kind of shooting that guy in the neck, so the hostage was situation was, or the hostage shooting was getting a lot better. And that's something I might honestly, now that I think about it, throw into my cold start is a hostage. When I, like I said, when, yeah, when I make $1 million a year and I go to a, I get this tactical range, or I find a tactical range, or make a friend with a vast amount of land that I can go shoot on pretty consistently. But anyways, yep, that's the end of my B-roll. Thank you guys for listening to my rambling. Have a wonderful day. Peace.